welcome back to the game. You're watching our special PBA Mock Draft 2023 episode, and we're joined by our special GMs for today, the Game Masters, Coach Mark Molina and Coach Nash Racela. Let's take a look at the board one more time, and let's try to dive deep into this one. Coach Nash, we were talking about the fact that grabe yung size ng grupo na to. Nagulat ka ba na medyo konti yung mga point guards natin in this draft?
Well, yeah, nagulat na konti yung mga point guards ngayon, no? But PBA will be happy to welcome the big men, no? Dami nila eh. So, hindi na magkukulang. Before, that was the problem with the PBA, kulang ang bigs. Now, baka sumobra na.
Dati yung mga 6'5 nga, sentro na eh. Ngayon, 6'5, you're probably a 2 or a 3.
These picks, by the way, do not reflect ano yung mga bagay dun sa teams that will draft in order, right?
Yeah.
These are based on the big board, sa tingin nila based on the talent alone. So, Coach Mark, based on your picks, ano ba yung style that you were going for? Anong playing style yung parang focus mo dito sa picks mo?
No, it's top. It's big man heavy.
Yeah.
This draft was big man heavy. So I thought I needed to get some guards and wings early because it's the wings and the guard positions were not that deep. That's why Shawnee Winston, Kenneth Tuffin, Fran Yu, 3 of my first 4 picks were perimeter players. You can argue that Lucero can also be a perimeter player because marami pa eh. Bates is there, Carino is there. There's a lot of size in this draft. Talagang maraming pagpipilian ng mga coaches natin. And then skilled bigs. A lot of these guys like Lucero, Villegas, Datu, they all shoot from the outside.
Coach Mark, I just want to ask you to critique si Coach Nash. May pick ba si Coach Nash na nagulat ka na that high?
Talent is very good. Pero pe-press ko yung team niya, wala siyang point guard.
Tama naman.
Ang daming bigs.
Ang daming bigs. Oh,
Pwede
tama.
ba mag-trade dito? Oh.
No, well, not siguro for next year. Oo. But Coach Nash, you take a look at yung listahan mo, and do you feel that there's a player there na medyo na-overlook ng lahat?
Ito si Archie Concepcion. I saw him play in the other league. Veteran na ito eh, no? He's a tough player.
Yeah.
I suppose coaches saw him during the itong ano natin, combine. Combine. So
Just so everyone knows, itong si Archie Concepcion, nanalo siya ng MVP award dito sa PBA Draft Combine. And he also played the MPBL with the Pampanga Giant Lantern. So kahit paano, may experience na siya beyond college level.
Yeah. Of course, when you get rookies, these players, you will expect na medyo may adjustment period pa yan with their new team. But for both coaches, sino sa tingin nyo, among your picks, will make an instant impact pagpasok pala ng PBA? Coach Nash.
Apart from Holt, siguro. Kasi si Holt ata yung madaling sagot doon eh.
Ayun na nga, I wanted to mention Holt, di ba? Because of his experience. No? Ang tingin ko sa kanya, yung effect will be just like the effect of Mikey Williams, how he came into the league. So parang ganun ang nakikita
Instant
ko sa
impact
kanya.
agad.
Yes.
For Coach Mark.
I don't want to be biased, but I will be biased. I will go with Ken Tuffin.
Okay.
Because he's gonna be pretty much playing the same role that he was playing in FEU. In the PBA, he's a wing with size. Yun din ang gagawin niya. He will defend and shoot.
Yeah.
He reminds me of your boy, RR Pogoy's transition from UAAP to PBA. It helped that Nash was his coach, his first coach in the PBA. But it was a seamless transition because he's a 3-and-D guy who knows his role and who can shoot. And I think Kenneth Tuffin is the same.
And he has the experience also of playing overseas, playing in New Zealand for the Wellington Saints even for that.
So those are the players that will make an instant impact. Sino naman dito yung you're looking at the long-term potential, yung growth na, okay, medyo, we can say na
Project-based.
yeah, these players didn't have a lot of exposure in their college days, but come like maybe their 3rd, 4th, 5th year, nag-blossom na tong player na to. Unahin natin si Coach Mark this time.
Brandon Bates for sure.
Bates.
He didn't have enough years, I guess, playing in the UAP for LaSalle, but he showed a lot of improvement playing PBA 3x3.
Yeah.
showing that he has the quickness and the athleticism to make an impact on the 5-on-5 game. So the numbers that he had in the UAP will lie, I think, because I think in a couple of years, he's going to be a force in the PBA.
Coach Nash, mga project mo?
I'd go for two guys, si Cade Flores and si Brian Santos. Well, Cade Flores, you know how he impacted the campaign of Arellano last season.
Yeah.
So in just 1 year, in one season. The same way with si Brian Santos. He just played a season for UST, pero grabe yung impact niya. So if he is given the minutes, I think in the PBA, he won't get that initially, but I think in time, he will be a major player.
Yeah, double-digit scorer sa Phil Oil tong si Brian Santos, and then in the PBA D-League, scored 9 points per game with almost 8 rebounds per game. As a 6'5 stretch 4. Let's see whether or not magko-convert yun to the PBA, especially with 6'5 being a bit short for a 4 sa PBA. But Coach Mark, you take a look at all of the talents here, and I'm just looking at the players, apart from the ones who can make instant impact, who do you feel na is the most ready to contribute immediately in the PBA, in the sense that kahit anong team, you put him in even on the bigger teams like a TNT or Barangay Ginebra, and will be able to contribute even if they're not going to be in a starting role?
I think somebody like BJ Andrade, with all the championship experience and playing in a system, if he finds a team or a coach who's going to use him as a role player and playing in a similar system, I think he can be a factor because he improved a lot in his 4 or 5 years playing in the UAP. So you know that the work ethic is there.
So that's a better way to phrase that question. Coach Nash, sino yung best in role player mo dito sa grupo na to?
Paraiso.
Brent Paraiso.
Yeah, Brent Paraiso. Tough defender. No, I think he will understand his role once he comes in. So, yeah, he will be a welcome player in the PBA.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is our mock draft. Of course, these 24 names here. This probably won't be the order, but ito po yung big board natin. You can start off from the right side, the Coach Nash side is number 1, and snake it all the way down. I-screenshot yun na yan. And then let's see whether or not these gentlemen are prophets in terms of PBA futures.